Greetings, friends. It's May 7th, about 11:30. Yeah, it's exactly 11:30 p.m. and I'm going ghost hunting. I'm gonna bike about 20 minutes just south of where I live. Can't let you know where I live, but you know, in northwest Toronto. I'm gonna go to High Park. Big park, forests, ravines, huge space. Isolated. I'm a little creeped out just for going into High Park at night. That in itself is creepy. We're going to go to Colborne Lodge, built in 1836 by John George Howard, city architect, surveyor. Ghost stories are associated with this building. I've never been inside before, but I've been past it. It gives me a creepy vibe. I've never gone up close to it, so this will be my first time ever actually getting close to the building. So we'll see how it goes. I'm probably gonna piss my pants, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So this is the entrance. I'm about to head on in. Pretty nice night. Not too much wind. From here on in, it'll get a lot quieter. Okay, let's go. So it is exactly midnight, and I'm standing in front of Colborne Lodge. You probably can't see it because the camera's not going to capture it. It's about 50 meters away. It's exactly midnight, not too windy, but this is still the city, so you'll have to excuse me. All right. That is fucking creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Now, Colborne Lodge was built in 1836 by John George Howard, or at least he planned it. It's his house. Originally a first floor, and later he added a second floor. I'm getting a kind of a creepy vibe from that window upstairs. I know you can't see too much. The camera is probably not the greatest. I don't know, one of those windows, they say there's his wife looks out sometimes, the ghost. He was a surveyor, John Howard. He came from England. He was an architect as well. And wow. My camera seems to be running low. I charged the batteries. I don't know why. That's weird. And the only ghost stories I know about this building are that apparently some people came here once and they got a tour by someone they thought was a tour guide. Turns out that was a ghost because there was no one else there, and the real tour guide got freaked out when they heard what happened and they left. And they never came back. And then people say they see Jemima Francis Makel looking out of that window. She got breast cancer later in life. I don't know when she died. John George Howard died in 1890. There's a monument which I've showed in a previous video where they're buried. I didn't know they were buried there. Or maybe I did. Honestly, do I want to go around here? Do I want to go around? I'm kind of freaked out. At least the lights are here. You know, I mean, it's a city museum. It's a city museum. It's run by the city. Oh my goodness. Look in there. You can see inside. It's a set table. Man, I'm creeped out. I gotta put my bike down for a sec. See, you can't see anything without this. There's my bike. See, I'm fucked. If a ghost came for me right now, I would have to... Fuck, do I want to go back here? Oh, Jesus. What am I doing? I know this is kind of an amateur video. You're probably gonna... I'm learning. Man, it is fucking dark back here. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. I'm just ghost hunting. Sorry, there's a guy there. Okay, I'm not gonna disturb him. He's smoking something. So yeah, so you had your experience. There's a guy there. I probably woke him up. So it's not so scary now. Now that I know there's someone else here. Kind of a silly video. But tell you what, we'll finish this video. I'm going to show you where they're buried. Oh my, there's the window. Jemima Frances Makel. Jemima Frances Makel. Jemima Frances Makel. Did you suffer? I'm sorry. Were you in pain? Were you lonely? So anyways, I know I'm not going to go too close to the house. There's literally a guy there, but he was kind of sleeping. He was smoking something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just weed. Okay. There's some people in that car there too. See, there's people in that car. I didn't even know they were there. They could be up to who knows what. Okay, so I'm gonna take another video at the monument. So I'm standing about 60 yards away from the tomb, the Howard tomb. We're gonna go see it. Basically, Colborne Lodge is just opposite the tomb, and this is on a piece of land where there's one road you can see the cars driving by here. It's like a ridge. Basically, there's not too much land. It's narrow on either side. So basically, there's enough space for John Howard to build his home on one side, and then within view of his ill wife, he began constructing the tomb, which we're going to go see now. So let's take a short walk. My bike is already over there. If you see the bike, that's my bike. So now I know it's kind of dark here, so that's why I have my light. Now I have showed this tomb before in a previous video. I didn't actually do much homework on it at the time. So I read what was possible to read. It wasn't too much. So, as I may have discussed earlier, John Howard's wife, Jemima, she began to get ill. I guess I don't know, towards the end of her life, she got breast cancer, and she died in about 1876. He went on to survive her until 1890, but she's buried here. I don't know where, like inside or underneath. And John Howard is also buried here in 1890. So this wrought iron fence, there's some story that it came from England. It probably did come from England. I don't know. They were saying something about it was from St. Paul's Cathedral, but I think that's false. It could be true, but apparently he lost, the rest of it got lost in a shipwreck, so this is all that's left. There's just the one fence, but you can't really get, on the other side it's just a ridge. It's giving away pretty steep slope, so it's not an easy tomb to approach and vandalize. Now let me see if I can get there's a poem written here. Can't really read it very well. St. Paul's Cathedral for 160 years. I didn't enclose. Oh, stranger, look with reverence. Man, unstable man. It was Thon who danced the severance. I don't know what that means. That's very enigmatic. So, let's see if we can read what's on the marker there. Sorry, just a sec here. I'm being very delicate. I could drop my flashlight, that would be very bad, because then it would go beyond the fence. To the memory of John George Howard, Jemima Francis, his wife, and then it says Jemima Francis again, born 18th of March 1848, is that? Died September 1877, okay. And then John George buried there. The stone cairn underneath is a representation of the Scottish background of Jemima, his wife, and then on top, this design on top, they say is a Maltese cross, also known as the Templar cross, because John George Howard was a member of the Masonic Knights Templar. I guess a lot of, he was an architect, so that's not surprising at the time. So there's the two influences there. And what else is there to say? It's kind of spooky here, but I'm not getting like a negative vibe. It's kind of a spooky place. The grave is kind of not maintained as well as it could be, but it's not like anyone's vandalized it. It's spring now, so stuff's starting to grow. There's more bugs now. I just stopped higher up the road by these trees. I don't know if there's anyone else around here. And I don't know, I'm just getting a creepy vibe from this tree here. Just all the trees here are kind of weird. They're pretty maintained pretty well, but I'm not going to go down to the water there. You can't see from the video, but there's a big, I guess you could call it a pond, a small lake called Grenadier Pond. There are spooky stories associated with the water. They don't have too much veracity in the historical record, but people report strange things. People report the sensation of being watched from the water. But I'm not going to go down there. You can't really see it. It's time to get out of here. Place has kind of a creepy vibe. I do feel like there's something could be watching me. I may be exaggerating, but honestly, this place feels creepier than the monument did. The tomb. Alright, let's go. So I had my little adventure. at Colborne Lodge. I stumbled into a homeless person. I stumbled into some other people smoking weed in a car who were probably creeped out that I was there. The homeless guy, he was trying to sleep or something, I don't know, but he didn't come after me, so I left him alone. But you did see that building. Well, maybe you did, but not as well as I could have shown it to you. But It's a creepy building, isn't it? Creeped me out. If I was really alone there and there weren't all those lights there, I don't know. But, you know, now I'm all exhilarated. It's the middle of the night. It's been a while since I did this, since I went out biking at night. You know, I go to bed before midnight most nights. And I kind of like it, so I just wanted to film this video here in High Park. They've put these lights on at night, so it's kind of cool. Kind of a nice little place for a stroll. But there you have it. Well, that was my first ghost hunting experiment, my first try. Could have been better. Maybe better luck next time. All right. Hasta luego, amigos.